Hello students. So let us move on to problems on the chapter 4 deductions under section 80C to 80U. So problem 1, from the following information provided by Mr. Srinath Assessee, calculate the amount of allowed deductions under section 80C for the assessment year 1920. So they have asked to calculate the deduction amount under section 80C. So section 80C states that any assessee, if he contribute the amount or if he invests the amount on a specified asset, then such amount will be claimed as deduction under section 80C. So first one, life insurance premium of the life of his own life, rupees 2,700. So any life insurance premium which has been paid by the assessee for his own or spouse, that is husband or wife, or any dependent children, then he can claim the exemption amount under the section 80C, whatever the insurance premium has been contributed. So first one, life insurance premium of the life of his own life, 2,700. So it is eligible for deduction under section 80C. Second, life insurance premium on the life of his wife, not dependent upon Mr. Srinath, rupees 8,000. So whether she is dependent or independent, so it is not issue. So amount will be taken as an exemption or deduction under section 80C. Third one, life insurance premium on the life of his married daughter, rupees 4,000. So whether she is married or unmarried, minor or major, so dependent or independent, so the amount will be claimed as deduction under section 80C. So even 4,000 will be taken as deduction. Next, life insurance premium on the life of his dependent sister. So they have clearly mentioned that she is a dependent sister. So sister will not be included in the family members. So this amount cannot be claimed as deduction under section 80C. So ignore it. Next, fifth one, repayment of loan taken from LIC for purchase of commercial house property. So any loan amount which has been taken for the residential house property, and if you are repaying the loan amount, then that amount will be eligible for deduction under section 80C. But any loan amount which has been taken for construction or purchase of commercial house property, and if you are repaying the loan amount, it is not eligible for deduction under section 80C. So here it has been taken for the purchase of commercial house property, so it is not eligible for deduction. Next, contribution towards unrecognized provident fund, URPF, rupees 30,000. So any contribution which has been made to the other provident fund, that is public provident fund, recognized provident fund, statutory provident fund, it is eligible for deduction under section 80C. But any contribution to unrecognized provident fund, it is not eligible for deduction under section 80C. So we need to ignore. Next, tuition fees of daughter, rupees 22,000. So up to 2 children, maximum of 2 children. If any tuition fees has been paid by the assessee, so you can claim the deductions under section 80C. Next, life insurance premium on the life of his major son is due on 1/12/2018, rupees 3,000, but paid on 1/5/2019. So be careful. The due date is 1/12/2018, but is paying the premium amount on 1/5/2019 after the due date. So any premium amount which has been paid after the due date, it is not eligible. But if it is paid before the due date or on due date, then it is eligible for deductions under section 80C. So even it is not considered or taken. Next, accrued interest on NSC, that is National Savings Certificate, or any contribution to National Savings Certificate, it is eligible for deductions under section 80C. So we are going to take the 5,000 rupees. Next, contribution to PPF in the name of the mother. So here he is contributing the amount to PPF, but in the name of the mother, so it is not eligible. Only if he is contributing in his name to any provident fund, either it may be statutory, recognized, or public provident fund, not the unrecognized provident fund. So it is not eligible for deduction. Last one, rupees 8,000 in Sukanya Samriddhi scheme in the name of his minor daughter. So any amount which has been contributed for the Sukanya Samriddhi scheme, it is eligible for deduction under section 80C. So we need to consider the 8,000 rupees. So let us see the solution part. Assessee, Mr. Srinath, status, resident, previous year 1819, assessment year 1920. So heading, calculation of deductions under section 80C. So any life insurance premium, own life, eligible, wife or spouse, again it is eligible, dependent or independent, married or unmarried, daughter or son, it is eligible for deduction. But dependent sister, it is not eligible because it is not included in the family member. Next, any loan taken for the commercial house property purchase, and if you are paying the loan amount, it is not eligible only for the residential house property. And any contribution to unrecognized provident fund, not eligible only for the remaining 3 provident funds. It is eligible only if it is paid in the name of the assessee. Next, tuition fees of daughter, maximum of 2 children, they can claim the exemption. Next, life insurance premium due. So they have not paid the insurance premium amount before the due date, they have paid after the due date, so it is not eligible for deduction. Next, accrued interest on national savings certificate and contribution to national savings certificate, it is eligible for deduction under section 80C. We have taken the 5,000 amount. Next, contribution to PPF in the name of mother, so it is not eligible, so we have taken the nil. And last one, any amount deposited in the Sukanya Samriddhi scheme, it is eligible for deduction under section 80C, so we have taken the amount. So the total of all the is 49,700. So as per the section 80C, up to maximum of 1,50,000 we can claim the exemption. So we need to calculate what is the amount of deduction. The amount of deduction is nothing but we need to take the gross qualifying amount. So gross qualifying amount is nothing but the total of all the transaction. So total is 49,700. That is gross qualifying amount 49,700. Maximum limit is 1,50,000, whichever is lesser. So lesser value is 49,700. So amount of deduction is 49,700. Next, move on to problem 2. Mr. Srikanth, resident, employed by the central government since 2008. So he has been employed by the central government or is a central government employee. He submits the following particulars of his income and expenditure for previous year 2018-19. Compute his total income. So they have clearly mentioned the word called as total income. The total income is nothing but first we need to calculate the gross total income, that is the total of 5 years of income. Income from salary, business, profession, house property, capital gain and other sources. So after totaling that, we'll get the gross total income. From that, we need to minus the deductions under section 80C to 80U, and the balance amount will be called as total income or net income. So first, we'll calculate the gross total income. So they have given different types of income, that is income from salary rupees 5 lakh, and they have directly given, so they have directly calculated that, so no need of calculating the deduction amount. So 5 lakh is the income from salary, income from other sources 2 lakh. So there is no other rates like business or profession, capital gain or house property. So total income or the gross total income is 5 lakh plus 2 lakh. So income from salary 5 lakh plus 2 lakh is 7 lakh. So that 7 lakh will be called as gross total income. Next, contribution towards PPF, that is 70,000. So any contribution to PPF, recognized provident fund, statutory provident fund, it can be claimed as deduction under section 80C. So contribution to PPF 70,000 will be claimed as deduction under section 80C. Next, deposit in notified annuity plan of LIC rupees 5,000. So any deposit which has been made by the assessee in the annuity plan of LIC, that amount can be claimed as deduction under the section called as 80CCC up to maximum of 1,50,000. So for 80C, the maximum amount is 1,50,000, and even for 80CCC, the maximum amount is 1,50,000. Next, own contribution towards NPS rupees 60,000 and employees contribution to NPS is 50,000. So any contribution to notified pension scheme or new pension scheme, it is eligible for deduction under section 80 CCD. So 80 CCD section has been classified into three parts. One, it is called as 80 CCD subsection 1, 80 CCD subsection 1B, 80 CCD subsection 2. So 80 CCD subsection 1 deals with the employee's contribution, and 80 CCD 1B, we can claim the additional deduction up to rupees 50,000, and 80 CCD subsection 2, any employers contributed to NPS, so we can claim that amount as a deduction under section 80 CCD subsection 2. So first we'll take the amount called as contribution towards PPF amount rupees 70,000 as a deduction under section 80C. So income from salary is 5 lakh, income from other sources is 2 lakh. So total 7 lakh will be called as gross total income. Now from that, we need to claim the deduction under section 80C to 80U. So first one, deduction under section 80C, that is contribution towards PPF 70,000. So 80C, the maximum limit is 1,50,000, whichever is less has to be taken. So 70,000 or 1,50,000. So the lesser value is 70,000. So we have taken the amount 70,000 as in deduction. Next, deduction under section 80 CCC. So deposit in notify annuity plan of LIC. Again, amount deposited or maximum up to 1,50,000, whichever is less can be claimed as deduction. So amount deposited is 5,000 and maximum is 1,50,000. So lesser value is 5,000. So that amount can be taken as deduction. And next, deduction under section 80 CCD. So be careful whenever you are calculating any deductions under section 80 CCD. So we need to segregate into three parts: 80 CCD 1, 80 CCD subsection 1B, 80 CCD subsection 2. So first, we need to take the additional deduction under section 80 CCD 1B. So it has been contributed, that is employee has contributed rupees 60,000. If you check the problem, the employee has contributed rupees 60,000. So and in that 60,000, the additional deduction up to rupees 50,000 we can claim. Okay, so first take the additional deduction up to rupees 50,000. So contributed amount is 60,000. So already we have claimed the additional deduction of rupees 50,000. So the balance amount is 10,000. So that 10,000 can be claimed under the section called as 80 CCD subsection 1, because whenever we are totaling the amount of 80C, 80 CCC and 80 CCD, that total amount should not exceed rupees 1,50,000. So be careful. The total of 80C, 80 CCC and 80 CCD should not exceed rupees 1,50,000. And the additional amount or the additional deduction, that is 80 CCD subsection 1B, will not be included in the exceeding limit or ceiling limit of 1,50,000. And even employer's contribution, then it is not eligible or will not consider for the ceiling limit of 1,50,000. Okay, so first we need to take the additional deduction under section 80 CCD subsection 1B. So maximum up to we can claim the 50,000, because he has contributed 60,000, up to 50,000 we can claim the deduction to have claimed the deduction. So the balance amount is 10,000. So that 10,000 will be claimed under the section called as 80 CCD 1. And employer's contribution to NPS under section 80 CCD subsection 2. So calculation will be employer's contribution plus 10% of salary. Okay, so employer's contribution is 50,000 and 10% of salary is, the salary is 5 lakh into 10% will get 50,000. So whichever is less, so both are equal. So we have taken the 50,000 same amount. Don't confuse. The employer's contribution will be claimed separately, and that will not be included in the total of 1,50,000 of amount. So 50,000 and 50,000 will claim as in separately. Now, when you are totaling the three sections, that is 80C, 80CCC, and 80CCD subsection 1, that is 70,000, 5,000, and 10,000. The total amount is 85,000. So that is the total of three sections: 80C, 80CCC, and 80CCD subsection 1. That amount should not exceed rupees 1,50,000. That's why 70,000 plus 5,000 plus 10,000 is equal to 85,000, or maximum up to rupees 1,50,000. Whichever is less, it will be taken as deduction amount. Okay, so lesser amount is 85,000. So 85,000 we have taken as an deduction amount, total deduction. Okay, and now the gross total income is 7 lakh. From that 7 lakh, we need to minus 50,000, which is additional deduction of 50,000, and employer's contribution 50,000. That is 10% of salary or employer's contribution, whichever is less, and total deduction of the total of 80C, 80CCC, and 80CCD subsection 1 is 85,000. So after minusing all the amount, we'll get the total income called as 5,15,000. That is 7 lakh minus 50,000 minus 50,000 minus 85,000. So next